Hello, Liz.
Hello, good afternoon.
Thanks for joining us. This is sounds like a sort of return to the old days where we used to have these kind of rows. As I understand it, I was just explaining it, that basically the EU has suddenly upped the amount of fruit it's going to require British jam and marmalade and the like to contain. And this could be pretty disastrous for British manufacturers. Tell us what's going on.
Well, look, the EU is led by decisions which are made in the EU Parliament, and they're driven to drive up standards. But it was always the case that in leaving the club that we were a member of, that we had a vote on those laws, meant that we lost sovereignty. You know, it's a bit like Tasmania leaving Australia, deciding to trade with Britain. I mean, that's what we're trying to do. It doesn't make any sense. It's bonkers. And in leaving that club, we've got no control over what comes. And so not liking the rules that come through was never a good reason to leave. But ultimately, having less sugar in jam is a very good thing because of obesity, as we all know, is a crisis. And our issue being out of the EU has been catastrophic for farming. We've lost our subsidies, we've lost our labour, and we've lost free trade with our biggest market.
What's the solution to this then, Liz, that we rejoin?
Well, the solution for food absolutely is that we need to free up trade with our biggest market again. The government have failed to ensure that British food is actually being produced, or enough of it is being produced. And there are new import checks that are going to come in for goods from Europe, which is good in one way because we've been disadvantaged as British farmers in that we've had the red tape and our European competitors have not. But what this means that because British food has largely collapsed, it means that we're going into a winter of food crises, which will mean inflation soars even further and the food shortages get greater. So it's good that we're talking about jam and focusing on food and focusing on Europe because we need Europe to feed us. They provide, just under half of the food that we eat.
Wait a second, though, Liz. I mean, they're changing the goalposts. Why are they doing this? Why are they suddenly saying you've got to have more fruit in? It's because they want to punish us for Brexit, isn't it?
No, that's nonsense.
Why are they suddenly saying it?
Because they're actually looking after their citizens. You know, the rules in the EU are about protecting
what do we care about?
citizens.
What about our citizens?
Well, we should care about our citizens. I'm delighted, as I said, that there is a drive to up standards to do something and fight obesity.
But this is called... wait a second, Liz. Wait a second. This is going to cause horror for British manufacturers.
Hello, we're dealing with Brexit. That is a horror show. I mean, just ask any
we better get used
who's trying to export to Europe.
We better get used to it.
Why? We are trying to get used to it. The people that have really suffered are the smaller producers who export, and a lot of them have either moved
this is
Europe,
terrible for smaller producers. This is classic Brussels punishing smaller producers in Britain because of Brexit, isn't it? Why have they suddenly done this? Why have they suddenly done this?
Because they exist to make their
No. They've done it to screw Britain up, to screw up British jam manufacturers. They're being deliberately difficult, like they always were and always will be.
That is ludicrous.
No, it's not. Well, why have they done it then?
France is the biggest jam producer.
Explain to me why they've done it now.
And so why do they care about British jam producers when we've left the European Union?
Well, why have they done it now?
Because they're carrying on with life, which is about looking after their citizens
punishing
and fighting
Britain
obesity.
For Brexit, which is about...
No.
I don't... What has obesity in Brussels got to do with Britain? Why are we supposed to respect that?
We can't pick up Britain and move ourselves to the Pacific. We are in Europe. We're part of Europe.
No, we're not. We left.
But you're moaning about what they're doing, so we haven't left.
I am, yeah.
And we can't leave because we rely on them for food. And this is the circle that you can't square, or the square you can't circle.
Do you really want to be? Do you want to be in chains this much to Brussels? Oh, we rely on them for our food. We need them. Is this really how you want to live your life, Liz?
So this is the reality, okay? Winston Churchill said, actually, just after the war, 30 million people living on an island where we produce enough food for, say, 15 million is a spectacle of majesty and insecurity this country can ill afford. Food security is a very serious matter, and Brexit tore our food security apart. Our government was negligent. It has not looked after our food production here, and we're left very food insecure. So we face a choice, okay?
Who are you voting for the next election,
Liz? We either stop moaning about Brexit and what it's meant, or we actually face a food crisis and soaring hyperinflation as we go into this next winter. I mean, that's the real choice.
And we take on a subservient role to Brussels.
Food.
So we take on a subservient role to Brussels because we need them to feed us.
Brexit meant us losing sovereignty and becoming more subservient to Brussels. Yes. Reality is they're a much bigger market than us. Size matters. They're next to us. We need them to feed us. And that's the reality. That's what Brexit means.
No, we don't.
You know, sovereign... So where do you think we should get our food from?
We don't need them to feed us, Liz.
So who's going to feed us?
Honestly.
Australia?
I mean, you're like, what is the matter with you? Show a bit of independent spirit.
Independent spirit. Well, when you're hungry,
honestly.
Give me a call and we'll have a chat about, you know, the fact that you can't buy anything.
No one's ever going to be hungry. No one is ever going to be hungry in this country, and no one is ever going to have to worry about, should ever have to worry about, the idiots in Brussels changing their rules just to screw us up because of Brexit. It's obvious.
Do you really believe that in the EU Parliament they sit there going, oh, what can we do now?
Yes, I do. I do believe that. Yeah, I do. Next. honestly.
It's a shame. It's a shame that you won't...
Get rid of...
It's a shame that you won't
Liz, escape from the shackles of your chains. Fly free. Be independent. Don't worry. We can survive without Brussels. We can make it, Liz. I know we can.
As food producers, we are completely and utterly dealing with the reality of Brexit. Many farms are going bust. Our food is shrinking like tomorrow. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
And when
we can rejoin, eh? Let's rejoin, shall we?
Well, when we're hungry,
what about the majority of people? What about the majority of people who voted to leave? What about them?
Well,
you don't care what they decide.
7 years ago. 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah, well, let's forget it then. Forget it.
Even Nigel Farage has said that Brexit has failed. Boris Johnson has actually been,
we haven't done it properly.
The political arena in complete disgrace. He lied like no tomorrow. Brexit is on a bed of lies. Everything about
Liz, I didn't get you on to give me a Labour Party political broadcast, but thank you very much anyway. Liz, I've got to move on. Good luck with you and your friend Keir Starmer and all your European fronts. You go over to Brussels and you will bow down to them and say, please can I have some food? Please, can I have more, please? But good to talk to you, Liz. Thank you very much. That was Liz Webster, Euro fanatic.